Hello, Kai 2022. My name is John Dunham, and today I'm going to be presenting you with some of the latest work from the Niantic RIT GeoGames New Media Laboratory. To begin, location-based advertisements represent the fusion of location-based games and location-based advertising, combining the ludic and social aspects of location-based games with the direct-to-consumer nature of location-based advertising, allowing businesses to have outreach to consumers in new and exciting ways. Methodologically, we use the following structure to investigate location-based game advertisement. We leverage Pokemon Go as a probe because Niantic had a program which allowed small and medium businesses to have a sponsored location in the game, meaning they had a point of interest that players could interact with in the game. The majority of our participants actually benefited from a promotional program by Niantic, which offered 1,000 businesses the opportunity to use the locations free for 1 year from 2020 to 2021. Methodologically, we leverage qualitative interviews, which consisted of semi-structured interviews, about 45 minutes apiece, with 35 of those interviews actually being used, with one being discarded. Following the interview's completion, we used an inductive exploration, and we generated a thematic framework through consensus and communication between the authors of this work. Without further ado, let's get into our findings. To begin, we separated foot traffic increases on participant self-identification as being mostly visited by cars or by foot. In the Car City instance, twice as many participants reported increases in foot traffic, attributing these increases to everything from novelty of experience and convenience of a new point of interest for players of the game, to an active location-based game culture which engaged with the local business community. In the instances where foot traffic remained static, however, most pointed to local norms surrounding location-based games, generally a fear of participating in private spaces. In the instance of walkable cities, they also saw a pretty substantial increase in foot traffic. In these businesses, participants noted the location acted as a sort of digital billboard. This allowed potential customers to see locations for the first time, particularly if the location was not directly on the main street or the entrance was harder to find. Satisfaction with the program was generally high. A large component of this satisfaction appears to be linked to the broader Pokemon franchise itself, as well as a familiarity with location-based games. Recommendations to other businesses was nearly universal. Participants generally looked past the program's current state and instead looked to its promise. Brand integration and personal success with the program were frequent rationales. However, some businesses also lauded the uniqueness of the advertising modality. Briefly, these findings have certain implications. Socialization in local culture appears to have the most significant impact on the successes of location-based advertising. As a result, we recommend some form of physical recognition of the location-based game to afford players permission to play in the space. Upon completion of this study, we'll also follow up with an investigation of player perspectives. Have a wonderful day.